The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
But I'm stunned by how Democrats seem to keep getting more depressed every day. I've had people that have never voted Republican in their life saying, I may have to do it this year.
I think there's been that. There's also been a little bit of a back and forth about the jobs numbers that have made the Republicans look desperate. So, but yes, overall, I think the debate had a terrible impact for the president, one that I think is surprisingly lasting.
Why is that?
After. Well, because a lot of people were watching, and because you're wondering why things don't work in Washington, and when you see two people go head-to-head and you see it be so starkly clear stylistically, you kind of wonder if that is brought home.
That the president's disconnected.
Yeah. So there's a lot of work to be done in the next debate. I mean, a lot of work.
Mike,
He's going to have to get his hands dirty.
I take it if we're hearing this, I take it you're hearing the same thing too. I mean, we could talk specifics about, like, for instance, a Democratic pollster who tells me they've lost 6 points in Colorado since the debate. But more than polls, because polls do move around, I'm interested in the people that come up to me on the street and my Democratic friends and what they're saying to me. And I won't say there's a sense of panic, but there has been a real
conversation.
The emperor has no clothes moment over the past week, and it keeps growing by the day. That's why I'm bringing this up. And everybody that's watching is hearing this in their own hometowns as well.
Well,
it's stunning.
It's certainly no mystery after last week's performance. But you pick up anecdotally and then from talking to people in the business, in the actual business of measuring this stuff on a daily basis, there's a segment of the voters, we might as well call them the disappointed voter. People who voted for the president 4 years ago, and who have been going back and forth for the last year and a half over things they thought that the president would do, that this administration would accomplish, that have not happened. So they're sort of disappointed in his presidency. So you come to the debate last week, and they look at Romney, and they go, oh, a guy like that couldn't have killed the steelworker's wife. Remember that ad that they put on? And you take their level of disappointment with now their astonishment at the president's performance, and they are now in play. That, I think, is the biggest danger for the president and his reelection team.
And Andy, you have the press circling the wagons wildly for Barack Obama, saying, why didn't he bring up the 47%? Why didn't he bring up Bain? Well, he did bring up Bain, and he talked about the exporting of jobs, and that was Mitt Romney's best moment, where he said, been in business for 25 years. I have no idea what you're talking about. Right. And Barack Obama immediately goes down and starts looking at his paper again.
Why didn't he bring an oxygen tank?
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.